The dog had never shared his toys with anyone, not once. Then the baby arrived, and everything he had kept to himself became hers. Biscuit was a 7-year-old golden retriever with a toy collection he maintained with considerable commitment. He had a rope pull, a flat bear, a squeaky elephant, and 3 tennis balls in varying states of destruction. He kept them in a pile near the couch. He did not share them. T would carry them from room to room with evident satisfaction, and would look at you in a specific way if you reached for one. Not aggressive, not growling, just a look that communicated clearly that the object was not available. In 7 years, he had never voluntarily given a toy to any person in the house. Marlowe was 3 months old when the first toy appeared. Sasha Park came into the nursery on a Wednesday morning and found the flat bear on the floor beside the crib. She assumed it had fallen off a shelf or been knocked in. She picked it up and set it on the changing table. The next morning, it was back on the nursery floor. She picked it up again. The morning after that, Biscuit's rope pull was beside the crib and the flat bear was back. She mentioned it to her husband, Patrick, who said Biscuit was probably just wandering at night and dropping things. Dogs do that. Sasha said she wasn't sure that was it. She'd had Biscuit for 6 years before Patrick, and she knew his relationship with his toys. She had never once seen him set one down voluntarily, except in his own pile. She set up the baby monitor with the camera angled wider than usual. The footage from the following night showed what happened in a single, unambiguous sequence. 1:14 a.m. Biscuit came into the nursery. He carried the squeaky elephant in his mouth, held carefully, not chewing, transporting. He went to the side of the crib. He stood at the rail with the toy in his mouth for 32 seconds. Then, carefully, with a gentleness that made Sasha's throat close when she watched it, he set the toy down on the floor, directly below where Marlowe slept. He stood there for another 47 seconds, looking up at the baby through the crib rails. Then he walked back to his spot near the door. He did not take the toy back. He left it there. If you stay for stories about what animals sense, before we do, you're in the right place. Subscribe so you don't miss the next one. The pediatrician who saw the footage at Marlowe's 4-month visit was Dr. Ingrid Holst. She watched the clip twice without saying anything. Then she said something Sasha had not expected. She said, "This is an object offering. It is one of the most documentable forms of canine bonding behavior, and one of the least understood. What you're seeing is a dog treating the baby as a member of the pack to which it feels most bonded, not a peripheral member. The central member," she explained, "that golden retrievers specifically show object offering behavior, giving prized possessions to individuals as an expression of what researchers describe as affiliative care, the active, territorially expressed desire to provision and comfort another individual. In 7-year-old dogs with established object possession patterns, the decision to share toys is not incidental. It is a choice. The deliberate placement, the waiting at the rail, the leaving it there and not returning. She said, "What you captured is a dog that made a decision about who matters most to him, and then showed you." She paused. She said, "Dogs that do this with infants have been documented maintaining heightened vigilance around those infants. He's not just offering comfort, he's offering himself." Has your dog ever done something that made no sense until it was the only thing that made sense? Tell us in the comments. These stories deserve to be heard. Marlowe is 14 months old now. The toy pile has relocated from the corner near the couch to the nursery floor. All 3 tennis balls, the rope pull, the flat bear, the squeaky elephant, all of them beside the crib where Biscuit puts them each night and does not take back. Marlowe has recently begun picking up the toys and handing them back to Biscuit. She holds one out to him and he takes it gently from her hand. Then she holds out her hand again and he brings it back. They have invented this game themselves, without instruction, in a space where a 7-year-old dog and a 14-month-old child figured out a language. Every guardian deserves to be recognized, even the ones who never asked for anything in return. If stories like this matter to you, subscribe so you never miss the next one. Sasha kept the footage from that night. Biscuit at 1:14 a.m. standing at the crib with the elephant held carefully in his mouth. The 32 seconds of waiting. The setting down. The 47 seconds of looking up through the rails at the sleeping baby in the green night vision quiet of the monitor. The next story involves a Bernese mountain dog who refused to let his family put the baby's car seat into the car. And what they found when they finally looked more carefully at the seat itself. She watched it on the nights when everything felt too large and not enough. Dog who had kept every toy for 7 years, standing in the dark beside a sleeping child, offering the only thing he had.